G'day everybody. Welcome to today's stream. I'm your host Mitch. You can call me Taz, and welcome to what is going to be nothing short of absolute insanity. I think we've actually got someone joining us tonight. Today we're flying the beautiful MD-11. Look at that sky behind. And we're going to do a flight that is done in the real world. Absolute insanity. We're flying Chengdu all the way to Lhasa. Now, why is Lhasa significant? Well, after China took it over in the 70s, I believe, China recently started flying there. Now, mind you, Lhasa is at 13,000 feet above sea level. And China Eastern was flying MD-11s into it. So that's what we're going to do today. We are putting the MD-11 above its limits, because that's what the Chinese did, and they got away with it a few times. So I thought it's gonna be quite a fun stream. We've got the cat in the back. Oh wait, jeez, oh, what way am I pointing? No, we've got the cat in the back. There he is. Co-pilot's all sorted. I'm all ready. I think it is time to get in the cockpit and get ourselves ready. So we're gonna come up top. Battery. On the emergency power.
Autopilot.
Now we're here for engine APU test. See all of them light up.
Engine 1
On fire.
fire. Engine 2 fire. Engine 3 fire. Engine 1 fire.
Perfect. That's all sorted. And we're gonna go. We're not gonna use external power today. We're just gonna go straight to the APU. I don't know why that was all the way down.
Autopilot.
Yep. Gonna go through here. Make sure we are in fact checked in. And all it is now is just a waiting game until we get all of our engines sorted. So while we're here, we're going to get all of our stuff sorted. So checklist, MD-11 checklist, please. Go to IFR low maps, airports. We'll start with ZUUU, and then we'll go ZUULS for later. No weather information showing up at the moment, but as you can see, 13,000 feet. It's going to be a little high. Also downloaded Scenery for Lhasa. Now it shows the original format, which means it only has one runway, which is 28 left. So that's what we'll be flying to today. So Chengdu, what do we got? Cavo K, 29er, degrees Celsius, 1012, 6. So we'll actually get all of this sorted. So 1012. APU bleed can come on. APU is in fact fully on. Now that we're up here, nav. Perfect. Cool. Just going through all the warnings. These can come over to the FMCs, and we'll stabilize the secondary ADI. Emergency lights can come on, and no smoking and seatbelt signs can come on. Got a flight plan in it. Initialize the IRS. Gonna go down to our ref, AOC communications, and we are Zulu uniform, so Zulu uniform Lima Sierra. Put that in, send that up, request off. Go to our route. Mum 9 whiskey, and all the way over. Cool, perfect. So we insert that in. And increase that range out. Let's help defer it. Put that up to +5. Now we're going to come over to our weight and balance. So, weight and balance for today's flight. Anthony, well, Will, how are we? Music's a bit loud, no worries. Let's get that thrown down a little bit. So, what are we doing? So, total payload for today is going to be 43 tons, or 43.8 tons. And the total fuel for today is going to be 28.9 tons, so about 29 tons. Beautiful. We'll apply that to the FMS and we'll apply it to the aircraft. Lovely. Coming over to flight plan. To the right, Mum G9 Whiskey is already put in. Lovely. And 20 right is our departure runway. So if you zoom in, 20 right is all the way up here. So we will push back onto Charlie, facing north, taxi via Alpha, all the way up. Cool. Now this neighbouring aircraft, that's what I want to check. Alright. It's bringing this all the way up to us. No, that's actually just a random flight. Interesting. So, no, that's all good. Weather's looking okay. There is a little bad weather to the south over Bangladesh and Bhutan, but it looks like it's travelling south. We will keep a monitor of it. Such a pretty bloody plane. What we will also be doing is getting dome light on, and we'll get all of our floodlights on because we will need them. And to make sure this is beautiful, lovely. So departure to the right. Oh no. Okay, so that looks all good from what I'm looking at on the screen, and we'll go over to departures here. On a little getaway in Malacca right now, otherwise we'll join you. Oh well, I'll be in Kuala Lumpur in like 2 weeks, so I understand that completely. I do like Malacca though. Okie doke, departures. We are looking for 10-3 Lima. Lima, there we go. And because we are in China, we're going to switch over to meters. It's where the MD-11 is just fantastic to work with because it goes directly into meters. Above 2,400 meters by UV401 and then flight level, so 19,700. Which will be in feet. So 9,800. No, we'll go right below, so it's about 6,000 meters. Perfect. So that's all set. 4.5 is for the outbound VOR. And if we go to the runway, which will be 10-9, that's 10-9 Alpha, 10-9 airport. Yeah, thanks Curly. Curly's a mate of mine I was just having a few drinks with. Okay, there we go. And we've got a 3,600 meter runway, so definitely not going to be an issue to get out of there. What is the transition altitude? It's 1012. Right, so transition altitude is 9,850 meters. Okay, no worries. DCAS can come to TA. Get our beacons on. Engine ignition alpha will be used today. Fuel is all set, 9.6 tons in all. Perfect. Defog can come on. We'll pre-plan our pushback. And I'll get ourselves pushed back behind the line over here.
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu
Very
when you are ready.
Chinese voice. We'll be pushed back onto Charlie. We'll actually use the map over here. We'll make sure we are on 122.8. VHF1 and mic is on. And stand 150. Yeah, no worries, Curly. On stand 150 onto Tango 7, pushing back onto Charlie. So, Chengdu traffic, get a Sceneries in 582, pushing back from stand 150 onto Tango 7 onto Charlie, facing north. Cool. Now that's done, better push back and start.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
And chocks can be dismissed. Jetway should have detached by now. It should be golden. What I am going to do though, I know it's a bit unrealistic given the time that it is right now. I'm going to set the time back a little, just so that it's daytime when we get over to Lhasa, because the visuals are well worth it. Still on the updated MD-11. Well, finally on the MD-11, the cockpit's grey. We've waited so long for the cockpit to be grey so we didn't have to download mod. New flight model, which makes the thing actually flyable. We've got tape gauges, so we are going to use round gauges today. AOC, so basically we can use data
all
link
doors
from
and
Sceneries
hatches are
in order
closed,
to
ready to
download
connect.
flight plans, performance, everything, which is fantastic. Come over to the checklist. Cockpit prep. Batteries on, external powers not on. Emergency power on, emergency lights on. RS nav, smoke lights on. Seatbelt lights auto. FMC obtained, clearances obtained. 2 minutes is set 1012. Check, check. Transponder is set to TA. Loading. Balloon loading and boarding is complete, and the MCP initially set to 6,000 meters. Departure has been briefed. There's a engine fire before V1. We will stop on the runway. The engine
So
fire after
connected
V1 will
and
take up to
bypass
the air
pin
and
inserted.
then circle to
Release
land.
parking brake.
Declare emergency. APU power is on, APU bleed is on, dial flap is set to flaps 1-5. Yep. And seatbelt lights are on. Perfect. Forward start beacon light is on. Beautiful. Engine ignition system, it is a Sunday, so actually we will use Bravo today, not Alpha. Auxiliary hydraulic pump 1. Pumps on. Auto brake is set to RTO, and external power is off. Yep. And we can check doors closed, equipment is clear, checked, and the chocks are removed. Beautiful. Cool. So we'll come over to start menu. Park and brake coming off.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Any traffic around Chengdu right now? Nope. A little there mountains there. Yeah, nah. Now we're pushing back. Everything's all set. Engine 3 starts, please. Apparently they've also fixed the sounds when you're inside the aircraft looking out. 15%, let's introduce that fuel. Beautiful. Good start on engine 3, coming over to engine 2. Monitor it up. Above 15, introduce fuel. Pushing us back, facing east, and then onto the thing. Cool, starters just come off, engines coming up, perf data. Insert that perf data. Go to our flight plan, go to our init 301 and CI of 50. Trip fuel, routes 2.0 for reserve. Flight time 3.3. Lovely. Good start on engine 2. Come over to engine 1. Introduce fuel. Lovely. Gotta love that sun. That's a good photo there. You do want to see the photos, will be up to date more so with the streams. If you look in the description below, there'll be an invite all the way over to the streams Discord. Not the stream, the channel's Discord. If you look into, if you'd be interested in supporting the channel, you can donate down below. And if you'd like to donate your time by means of watch all the streams, give it a like, give it a subscription. No worries. Okay, doke. So good starts on all three engines. APU bleed coming off. APU can come off. Set flaps 15. Start, cool. After start, APU bleed is off. Flaps are set to 15 and coming down to 15. Beautiful. Spoilers armed. Trim hasn't come in yet, so we'll go to ref AOC com and it'll be for runway 20 right. Right for that. And 20 right. Awesome. I'm happy with that. Insert. Cool. Now trim's ready. Do the win request as well. While we're at it, we'll do the request send.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Got the brakes. Parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Trim is set in green band. View wind data, and we'll insert that. Beautiful. So nav and prof. So nav is armed, prof is armed. Awesome. And trim set protect. So after start, takeoff checklist complete, and then we'll just wait for this. Awesome. Bravo 3 onto Alpha. Cool. So that's how we're going to do it. Such a gorgeous plane though. I'm looking forward to an L1011 by I think Nathraxel
Tow
is
is
his name.
disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
MD-11, or his L1011 correction looks absolutely phenomenal, so I can't wait for that to come to the sim. That's a plane I would heavily pay for. Definitely one of my favorites. Charlie 5. So you can go Charlie 5 down onto Alpha. Cool. Okay, let's see. Taxi lights can come on. We'll extend these, but they won't be turned on. Flight controls. Pull left. 2 up, 1 down, pull right, 2 up, 1 down, fully back, fully down, neutral, fully left hand rudder, neutral, fully right hand rudder, neutral. Beautiful. So flight control check is done. Transponder can come to TARA, weather radar onto system 1 and plus 3 degrees. Lovely. FMC is to takeoff page, and we'll have a flight plane page on the secondary. And we will have taxi clearance once we come over here. Go Charlie 5, Alpha. And wants to hold short point for runway 20 right. Let's say 6, and that keeps going up, then it'll be Alpha 1. Alpha 8, okay. Chengdu traffic, get a Chinese 582, taxiing via Charlie 5, Alpha, hold short Alpha 8 for runway 20 right, Chengdu. Awesome. Just a little bit of power, handbrake coming in. What we're going to do, I think that music can come out. So now it's all about enjoying the beautiful sounds of the MD-11. Mango Studio sound pack, by the way. And as we can see, green box, so we are actually ready for takeoff already. Beautiful. Nothing on the miscellaneous. Bring it over to the engine page. Beautiful. And that APU is off. Lovely. Oh. On this livery, they've actually done a really good job of being able to see the logo on the engine. Give them that. Didn't even rest my hands on the gear. Interesting. Yeah. That's the thing. Big bloody wing, small bloody, well, big bloody plane, small bloody wing. Only 34 meters. Comparable to the 767, the wing on this plane, which is ridiculous. It's about 20 meters shorter than the 777, which is why they've stayed in service for so long. It's because of the stands they fit in. It's another thing to add. Well, actually, that's another good piece of news we can add. The MD-11 has started flying again. FedEx just did a test flight on one today, and they look to be perfectly okay right now. That's really, really, really good. You know, let's check the map. Definitely no traffic inside. I don't even think anyone flies up to Chengdu at the moment. Now I'm going to turn right on now for 8 in just a moment. We'll slow down. One 4 knots. You don't want to start this turn above 10 knots. And start the right turn. Chengdu traffic, get a China Eastern 582 lining up runway 20 right. Luke, letting lights all coming on, high intensity light coming on, turn off lights coming on, transponder TARA, clock coming on. Packs are on, weather radar is on, auto flight armed, TCAS TARA. Beautiful. So before takeoff, checklist complete. Box AD, thrust stabilized 70, thrust flex. No worries. Wait for the other takeoff checklist. Hey there everyone, if we're all ready, I'm certainly bloody ready. Time to get this beast of an aircraft up in the air. Oh, the brakes. Let's bring that engine up. It's my only time I can other time I can ask you. If you like the stream and you want to see more, consider subscribing. 385 subscribers, so thank you for who ever subscribed. I think it's time to go. Auto throttles can take over. Engine set. Speed alive. Bit of negative, hold the nose down. 80 knots, cross-checked. V1, continue. Rotate, V2. Positive rate, gear up, fly with. Beautiful. Oh, lovely. Awesome. Gears up, no groom. Let's pitch ourselves up. Flaps retract. Traction speed is met. And immediately speed up to 250.
Stabilizer motion.
Lovely. Packs come on. No worries. Chengdu traffic. Get a China Eastern 582 passing through 1,100 meters. Climbing through till 6,000 meters. Chengdu traffic. We need to get this speed up ASAP. Faster we get that speed up, faster we can start climbing. Slight retraction speed met. Thumbs up. And with that, autopilot can take control. FMS speed set. Goodbye, Chengdu. Lovely. Bit of weather there. That shouldn't be too bad for us. Our takeoff checklist. Landing gears up and retracted. No lights. Flaps are retracted, sluts are retracted, spoilers disarmed. Packs are on, anti-ice not required. Dial of flap is still set to 15 degrees. Water brakes are off. Perfect. Waiting for the 10,000 check. Actually, we'll bring this up to flight level 310. Around 310. Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. Goodbye, Chengdu. That's really pretty, actually. That's some real pretty tiles. Gorgeous. Going on to CZH. Which will need to be about 19,000 feet, so that will not be an issue. Get rid of the airport page. Still need my departures page though. Speeding up to 10,000 to 330. Above 10,000, landing lights coming in, high intensity lights coming off. Lovely, so we'll go back to our 10,000 checklist. Landing lights are off, passenger signs. Given we are coming up to a turbulent area, can stay on. We'll actually come over to standard by now anyway. Perfect. Everything is set. Perfect, and make sure climb thrust is set correctly. And here we go, climbing on up. So we can see quite a bit of terrain in front of us, but we will not have any issues getting over all that. Terrain in front. That's insane. And that's why flying the Lhasa is so difficult. And it's why for a long time China Eastern would fly, I mean it was a very brief period, but they'd only fly their large aircraft, not twin engine aircraft into Lhasa. It was because of that 3 engines. If you're at Lhasa, you're landing at 3,000 feet. There's nowhere else to go other than extremely high terrain. So that's why China Eastern in all their wisdom thought, oh, we'll put the MD-11 on this route. Now obviously with ETOPS growing and the like Airbuses for instance, and I watched this on Nomadics, one of Nomadics videos, they had A319s, A318s and A320s which service Lhasa with and I think it was Citron, but they have engines that were full strength or boosted, so they actually provided more power than the standard version for airports and operations such as Lhasa. Now I forget what the version of it, but it was an IA2500V. Like V1 or something. I don't know myself. Well, at this current stage. Awesome, climbing on through. up to 20,000 feet. And you're just looking at that window and you're like, holy moly, this is getting a little serious with the terrain. It's absolutely gorgeous. Looks like we are going to be in that weather. But as we can see on the map, no longer a field. Now, as I mentioned earlier today, the scenery we've got for Lhasa was developed for XP11. So it's an older scenery, looks great, has its own, comes with its own ortho. The thing with this scenery though is that it only has one runway. It doesn't have the secondary runway. Now the secondary runway is only new, so technically by flying this we are doing it historically accurately. That's what we need to put in the title. Historical, accurate flight to Lhasa. Look at that terrain. I mean, isn't that just bonkers? To think that you just fly over all of this. I mean, we're getting up to the altitude. I think we do need a little bit of music. Like this plane needs to be turned down volume-wise just a little bit. Actually, I do that, do I? I can just go to sunrise. Lovely! So, coming off past Mumgo. And we will be all set. Coming through weather now. Airport 10-9. As we can see here, there is in fact two runways. They're both same length, so it won't be an issue. 4,000 meters is perfectly adequate for the MD-11 to land, but we need to keep in mind we're going to take way more space than standard because we are on MD-11, but mostly because of the altitude. When you look at the airport itself, 12,090 feet above sea level. Yeah, once we land, we are going to get this consistent warning of cabin altitude, but we can't do anything about it. What we're expecting for our approach into Chengdu. Look at our secondary location is down into so we're using 10 left. Our secondary is going to be down into I think that's awesome.
Altitude.
No, we need to use 28 left, not 10 left. The 28 approach, and then it will be the oh, that's 28 left. Get the transition at LXA, so pretty much. On the Segela onto Igdad, turn down. Cool, cool. So RS 28 left. There we go. Where am I cat? One moment, guys. can't tell you how much of an interesting approach it's going to be. We're going to be getting down really quickly with this. So as you can see, to our left, heading at 269 to come in. Such steep curves, 269, 110.3. I think what we'll do for the approach is actually come to the VOR and then turn out. That actually might be a little easier for us. Let's do the approach, no, the Arrival. It's only going to come up with these charts, isn't it? Yeah. Go out to 310, so about 9,500 meters, which is what we want. There you go. 23,630 feet we need to be above for this. What this doesn't show is the IGDAD approach. That chart doesn't exist anymore. So what we're going to go, take off approach. I'm going to go flight plan. We're disregarding once we arrive because we are switching over to us. Let me double check for everyone. 28 left. With the transition at LXA, and we're doing the 28 Alpha. Arrival, insert that. We're going to back to flight plan. And we are going to remove this. So then it goes IGDAD. So we're going to go Igella to IGDAD. Igella to IGDAD. Igella. Where's that trying to go? Igella. Katsa. Igella. IGDAD. IGDAD. Then LS968. Which brings us all the way down. Straight in to there. Come to Lhasa. 6962. Straight into the 25 Alpha, so flight level 240. Straight down. And what are we intercepting at? So we'll remove that. So there's LXA for us. 7 LXA. 23,000. LXA is 185, so about 5,000 above. So we are relatively, so DIM 435. We're going direct to, so we're going direct to LXA and then turning around. What if we went, yeah, we 210 there. But saying until it's going to be here at LXA. But LXA is no, that, IGDAD 966, 964, 962, 435, 435. I want to go to 28 left. Push top of the descent just a little further back. That means we should get in perfectly fine. Increase that range. As you can see, all the way down there, will be perfectly fine. 84 knot headwind right now, and we are just maintaining altitude. So we are actually all sorted. Lovely. Passengers won't be happy. They aren't getting service. They aren't getting their coffees today. Lovely. If we actually switch this over to plan, we'll decrease that route in. So yeah, see, Omgev, Geller 964, straight down to 2435 onto 128BL, and then straight in. Lovely. Got some winter tops there. We look at the runway itself. Actually might be worthwhile coming, because it didn't initially give us the 10s. I think that's the approach you want to do, because we can head flight in. We look at the wind in Bassett itself. Well, there's no wind information, that's the issue. Anywho, it's going to be an interesting flight nonetheless. Let me see, is this X Snow working its magic? Sure is. Lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's remove plan, go back to map, press this range up. And what we're going to do, we're going to decrease the radar. Switch this over. I think we actually need on turb as well. That's becoming a thing. Packs are all on. Avionics fan override. Power and altitudes at 10,000 feet. Okay. Why? All the engine blades are on. Well, we've been up here the entire time, so I don't see why it'd be an issue why we've just had this warning come up. Well, you can still breathe. Cabin rate's increasing, but why is pressurization an issue now? We've had a failure of some sort. Yeah, that's all okay. But why are we having cabin out? Move up. Let me see if we're looking at failures. Can you fix all failures? No, still not going to fix it. Actually, well, what this does showcase is the dangers of flying this route. No, you can't, because that's a nav display. That's status. Engine. Why is it raising though? Ah, Curly, don't worry, you'd still be able to breathe. That's not the issue. The issue is why are we getting this error? Because all the packs are on. Get the APU air door open so that I can use this to pressurize as well. Seems cabin alt rate is slowing down. Move that. See this vent slowly start to close soon. Gonna keep a monitor on it. But hey, this is one of the many fun things that happens when you fly over this terrain. So they're all pressurizing, all the packs are working. Oh, is it because of the landing altitude? What if I set the landing altitude to lower than what it is? Because I think what it's done, it's pressurized us to... So the reason why is it thinks we're near landing. So the plane has actually pressurized itself for when we are to land. 11,000 feet, cabin pressure. There we go. See, cabin altitude's now coming down. So pressurization's coming back. No worries. Be right back, everyone. I need to make a cup of tea. Okie dokie do, I am back. There we go. Coming all in. Okay, there we go. See, coming down to 10,000 feet now. So we'll always find the entire time, but we'll be even better. But if you do want to sleep tonight, you'll pretty much be in bed already. And there you go. There goes the warnings, there goes the errors, there goes the pain. Yeah, see, so that's what we had to do here is just set the cabin altitude manually, and it automatically pressurized for it. Well, it didn't automatically because I had to bloody set it, but that's one of the errors you come into. That's simply because of the fact with the MD-11, how it does its pressurization is based on cabin altitude, so you don't have the doors blowing out when you go to land. The thing is in this case, is my cabin is already pressurized to expect that we're landing at a low place. So when we land, we will need to depressurize the pressurize the aircraft to the atmospheric pressure in order for the doors to open. Because if you get any atmospheric booms, well, that's when issues do arise. Look at that. Gotta love the MD-11. She's definitely one of my favourite birds. But it's really good. See that she's back steady and flying with FedEx now. She just did a test flight today, which means only a few weeks, and she'll be fully sorted. Lovely. Look at that. So, I think today we'll only do Lasset. Next week's going to be a really interesting week. Flight-wise, I mean, I've got a new job, so I'll be working more, and then on the 20th of this month, I will be flying up to Kuala Lumpur, or Singapore, then Kuala Lumpur, and then I'll have a week over in Tokyo. So I'll be offline for about 2 weeks. But in that time, if you have any ideas, any suggestions, put them in the comments below. It'd be fantastic to see, and yeah. Perfectly fine. A little bit turbulent, well, not a little bit, it was very turbulent up here. It's going to be, oh, we got G-loaded head on. Well, in that case, seatbelt signs can't come off. I'll keep that pressurization panel on even until we land, I think. Awesome. And then this will be the same page. until it sends all the way down there. I think we're at 310 and we're landing at 13,000. So we're really just descending. At 18,000 feet. Estimate, approximately. Which means, oh shit, okay. Where the radar turned off. Ah, out of range. Look at that. That's all the terrain down below. Bit of trance music. Love myself some trance music. Don't know. Looks like someone I actually know. Cool. Jeez. Oh, that snow. Now, I need to actually zoom out. Yeah, see when it applies this blue? That's when you know X snow is actually working. And this is where all snow is in the real world. So what X snow does, it's a 4 megabyte, only 4 megabytes download. It's a plugin, and it will apply snow to the landscape where it is in the real world, which is a fantastic technology. We need to give the applause for it. What it means though is you get in situations like this where it's like, oh, wow, that snow looks crisp. And that's something that X-Plane does suffer from, is you come to winter and there's no snow unless it's snowing that millimeter. Or that moment when you're landing at an airport. There's the cat over there. Lovely. Yeah, that seatbelt sign's definitely coming on and staying on. And given the ice and snow around, we will actually arm the anti-ice. Lovely. So obviously we've got a bit of high terrain. Still a little bit of time to go, and then once we get out here, we'll start sim. So if we look at our flight plan. Actually, we'll go over to Perth. Next page. Send forecast. Approaching the ZUULS. We're expecting an approach speed of 160 knots by the current standards. Oh. Elevation is 11,704 feet. Runway length is 13,000 feet. It will definitely be a auto brake medium landing. That would certainly be needed. Roll cruise doing okay. Destination Lhasa is 430 miles away. 0836. 36. So just under an hour until we are over there. Lovely. So we come up to RG and then we'll be done. I actually got a conflicting traffic out there. Let's see if this guy, CCA 3011, he's actually flown out of Lhasa and he's flying all the way over to Chongqing, what is it? Chongqing. Chongqing Jiangbi. That guy's done Fenchao to Chengdu. That's the thing, is China is such an expansive country. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand how huge this damn country is. Lovely. Cabin altitude's a nice, cool and crispy 7,900 feet. So not an issue now. But yeah, just look at that wing flex. It is going to be very, very turbulent this entire flight. So it's best we keep the weather radar is always staying on. But it's best we keep the seatbelt sign on. Okie doke, let's see what's expected right now. Doesn't Egypt do it? Maybe fly into Tunis. Tunis would actually be really interesting. Jeez. But you understand, we have such an excess of fuel. We've got 14 tons. That's because our go-around airport is Kolkata. So, Victor Echo Charlie Charlie. Place where I used to live, actually. What I want to do, though, is with speed. To 85, might make it, we'll make it a little faster. Hey, Duke. So, while we're here, might as well go to YouTube. Just need to check the stats. Lovely. Now, I'm gonna say next week I think we're gonna go out with a bang, or I have to go away. 747 streams coming up. I won't announce exactly what we're doing, but let's just say it's definitely a stream to stay there for. It's going to be fun to in a very interesting high altitude location as well. So, but real route as well. So, think it'll fly. Ooh, we'll get the 777W out. Maybe the MD-11 for another stream. Perhaps we'll definitely look into that. And oh, what else? What else? What else? We'll put it up to a poll. We'll put it up to you guys. See what you want to see. But yeah, definitely going to be a interesting week. Let's say that. So, I'm going to put a YouTube poll up. And let's it's all sorted. A346. What other aircraft do I want to fly? So we have to fly the 777. I've got a interesting route for that one as well. Interesting country, shall we say? If we look down at ZUULS, what's our remarks should be down in last run 47 minutes. It's weather though. Info. Weather request. Let's see. ZUULS. Let's see. There's a few clouds 040. Scattered 070, a tempo 2124. Is that all you gave me? That's just not usable. Oh well. I'm gonna go off and do something, so I will be right back, everyone. So just give me one moment. Alright, alright, alright. How we doing, everyone? Oh, you know. Oh, this is how you know you're getting close to lasses. The ground just becomes this brown. Obviously they get snow over there, but it's not as much as it is ever. Oh, this terrain. It's just bloody ridiculous. Yeah, but the weather is just a little mental around here. But that's expected because of the altitude. Red Oak. Oh, head shake's getting a little erratic there. Now let's slow that down a little bit. Red Oak. So guys, we put the poll up on YouTube, so if there's anything you sort of want to see me fly coming up, by all means, chuck it down below. Because it'll definitely be worth it. It's pretty much our final week of flying, so we might as well make it a big one. I mean, calendar, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, curls. Alright. Calendar, here we go. 20th is next Wednesday. Oh, can't wait. I'll be out this shithole that I live in. And I will be hasta lovely, so I'll be out and about in Southeast Asia, which is where I need to bloody be. Good food, good beer, good prices. Good prices. That's something you can't bloody look over anymore. Something I will need to do though is a flight down to India sometime. So I need to go back there, need to see all my mates, need to just be sort of home for a bit. Love a bit of Yorkshire Gold. Only way you can drink tea. Only tea you should be drinking. And funnily enough, the reason I drink Yorkshire Gold is because of the Spiffing Brit. Now, if anyone knows the Spiffing Brit, you know. Also, I apologise. I haven't been changing the record every bloody stream. Still got Eye in the Sky by the Alan Parsons Project. We'll have to change that coming up next streams. Knight, how are you doing, mate? How's it been going? I saw that Cam Air livery you're still working on. That looks... Nah, girls. You have your milk. No sugar. Curly, that's a ridiculous question. If you're making a cup of tea, tea bag, water, make sure the tea is fully made and fully brewed, then you add the milk. Don't put milk in your tea first. That's fucking ridiculous. Excuse my French. If the tea is made in a teapot, girls, you pour the tea first, then the milk on top. Milk always goes on top. It's the last thing to be added. So about 25 minutes until we land. It's not too bad. And cabin altitude's down to 6,800, so even better for the cabin. But yeah, you see we've got that wind component. Now that's the problem is with this rain component, correction. The thing is with this rain, given the altitudes, given the winds, the speed of the winds, and the snow on these top of these mountains, we are in high chance icing conditions. And a good example of that is that ATR crash in Bolivia. They flew in super icing conditions. These conditions similar. Look, it's minus 10 degrees. We've got moisture in the air. If I didn't have anti-ice on, I would say 15 minutes and the plane would go down because we just have that much ice built onto it. Curly, you're mental. Everyone else in the world would say you're mental if you're doing that. I'm sorry, but that is just reality. That is ridiculous. Let's move that up a bit. Get a bit of a wider range. It doesn't matter because it's all going to be red. We are close to terrain at every time. We look at our radar altimeter. It's not showing at the moment. Curls, you say don't diss it till you try it. Given the actions that happened tonight at the bar, you certainly weren't complaining about that when he did. Yeah, that's where I'm going to end that sentence, I think. Night, how's it going? Sorry, timer until 0300s the other night. Ah, jeez, were you? No, that's quite hectic. I was up until 2 and then I woke up at 7:30 to get breakfast cooking and everything else made and get everything all glammed up for Mother's Day. That Caledonian livery though is fantastic. I can't wait to fly it. I've just got to move more to England flying. Currently in the Middle East, or in the Asian continent. I'm just saying this. A stream we're doing very soon. I mean, that Cam Air livery would be fantastic. But for more realism, we're going to be flying with a different livery. To make it a little bit special, you know, just a little bit special. Actually, what I can do is X-Aerodynamics M500. That's going to be a plane I would fly. I do like the M500. Is the thing just before the runway. Yeah, you don't want that. But I'm already, because Caledonian was based in Scotland, wasn't it? It was based up in Edinburgh, was it? Curly, you're doing both, mate. I'm seeing that message. You were doing both. What's that song that I sang the other night for karaoke? Which is what you were going through? I'm having the time of my life, and I've never felt this way before. 'Cause I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. That was you. Alright, so let's see here. Not too long to go, about 20 minutes. Kills, I was singing that song. Wendy came up to me and asked me to sing that song with her, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Sure. That was the night we went out with all the guys from the bar to say our farewells. So let's go with Cambo here. Do this. Change this around. Don't mind me, everyone. Need to change this font around. Let's get that all lined up. Sure you do. Sure you do, Kels. Sure you do. Increase the sound now. And as we saw on the charts, oh, this is cool. Num 23,630. Let's get that all set. So we'll switch over 2 feet. That's a lot better. Okey-doke, get that all sorted. That should be all good. We'll post that. Awesome. So, when do we start our descents out here? Cool. That's gonna be a really quick descent though. Making typos, tinkering with it. Ah, no worries, mate. No worries at all, mate. Citation next. No. Yeah, that livery looks like one that's going to be an absolute perler to see. I'm very, very much looking forward to it. Because it just means more Afghanistan operations. I do like myself some Afghan ops. Five people currently watching. G'day, g'day, g'day all. Ooh, 777's in the lead with the vote for a stream next week. 15 subscribers away till 400. Do we think we can hit 400 before I have to go away? We'll see. Let's manage videos. That's what I want to do. Cool. That should be all sorted. And we need to change this. Awesome. Lovely. So that's all sorted. That's all sorted. That's working perfectly fine. Look at that weather radar. Or that rain radar to be more accurate. It's a little fun, but hey, we're almost at our top of the 10 point, so not too long to go. Okay, so Flushi's just come in, so he said we've got to manually set our altitude for the runway, so it's 9950. It's how do you set this? I can see it, you guys probably can't because of compression. Go to 9950. Cool. So we're watching the cabin alts ascend. You want to see a real convertible plane? A Loyal Flight 243 curls. That's what you call a real one. A real convertible plane. Well, you know, can't wait to get out of this weather though. What I'm going to do though, cabin altitude is coming up. Can I see the airport? Yes, I can. Details. What's our QNH? 1046, 13 degrees, wind chill of 00, 0306 knots. So slight tailwind, but that should be okay. We are going to get those auto brakes set to medium. Get the spoilers armed. We're going to start getting ourselves ready for this, ready to rumble. Now this approach is nothing short of magnificent. Right, just descending into this terrain, oh, it's gonna be awesome. I think this is also the correct place to fly. Feet meter conversions right here, lovely. But these are already converted to feet. Oh, it's to convert it into meters for them. So that'll be 25 miles out. Okay, cool. Oh, look at that top of descent coming in. All those lights on. Engines are pulling back. We'll stick this to FMS speed now. I'm going to start descending quickly down. Lovely, descending on through now. That descent ramp. Let that wind, the speed just go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, like that. See our visibility that we were reporting at Lhasa, let's say. Overcast to 12,000 feet. So relatively low visibility. But we should have 10 statute miles visibility. So that is a awesome. Overcast 120. Add drag requirement, so drag's coming out. Spoilers are out. Let's ask for drag to be added. 028 Lima. FI CI28 Lima is 18500. Let me put that in. There we go. Drag's added. Gotta get that music off. Emphasize the drama of all of this. Ah, look, they've actually fixed it. You can't actually go into ground spoilers when you're in the air, which is how it should be. Get our descent checklist sorted. So, send MCDU. So we'll get our approach page, flight plan pages up. Cool. Minimums. Motion. That's 2002 meters. That's bloody high. Spoilers coming in. Set it to, was it 2002? 2002. I'll set it to 2052. Awesome. Speed's 250, so speed's perfectly fine. Approach speed is 160, so that's be a little bit feisty. Go around procedure, what was it again? Climb straight ahead until 8 miles out of the VOR to 1,575 feet or above, turn right max 190 knots. Otherwise, look at this coming into view. Holy moly, there is visible moisture, so we will be keeping anti-ice on. Destination weather is obtained. It's shit. Actually, we will be near transition, so I will actually transition over now. It's 1046 Let's make sure that's the actual case. Yep. A drag. Sure cam. 1046. Checked. Auto brakes. Medium set. Anti-ice is on. We have start descent. Approach has been briefed. Speed brake is on. Altimeters are set 1046 Q and H, and that is cross-checked on both sides. Seatbelt signs are on, landing lights are on. Perfect. So, TDU message CI28 Lima. There shouldn't be. We will approach lane. So landing is armed. Oh, this. Starts extension, speed. So speed check starts to come down. Get more drag out because we do need the drag to slow down. It is a rapid, it is a quick descent down into Lhasa. Red Oak. There's a runway out there. So I do actually have visual. Ah, cool. This is the runway Flushi came in on. Frequency is checked, speeds are in limits. We are actually at flaps 15 speed, so we will actually come flaps 15. The more drag we can get, the better. And we'll actually get the sounds turned up. So flaps 15 set. Localizer armed. Still 17 miles out. We should actually be able to capture by now 17,560. We are actually high, so I'm gonna set B speed down to 3,000. We'll get spoilers out. Is 13,000 feet, 10,700.
Altitude.
Set to 14,000. Cool, look at that. Glide slope captured. Lovely stuff. Cool. Localizer and glide slope are captured. Spoilers back and armed. Speed check, flaps 28. And landing lights coming on. Lots of traffic at a China Eastern 582 on ILS 28 left for lots of traffic. Awesome. Since go around altitude is set. Cross-check that here. 20670, 20267.
Stabilizer motion.
Perfect. Gear coming down. Runway is in sight. Landing gear is down. It's going to be a little insane, so everyone brace for impact. Speed check, flaps 35. Look at that mountain coming out. Beautiful. By this point I do actually want the APU on. Oh. APU does need to come on. So they're back to engine page. So, last check. Frequency check, speeds are within limits. Checked. Approach lane is set, glide slope is alive, and gear down, landing gear is confirmed down 4 grain. Flaps set, flaps 35. We are cleared to land and go around altitude 20500 is set. Icy traffic China Eastern 582, short final for 28 left. Okay everyone, brace for impact. I do not think this is going to be smooth landing, but you can't expect that at this altitude. Currently 13 degrees outside, so we will actually get any ice coming off. My aircraft.
Autopilot.
So minimums were stable.
500. 400.
Which we do have that tailwind.
300.
Glide slope, glide slope, glide slope,
Checked.
glide slope, glide slope,
Okay.
glide slope, glide slope, glide slope, glide slope.
20. 10.
Whoa, there's a proper MD-11 landing. Bit of a bounce. Get it down. Reverses 3 grain. Reverses. Manual brakes. .60 knots. Versus coming in. Ooh. Got a break off. With that, everyone, welcome down to Lhasa. APU is on. Hold the brakes, slow down by this point. Taxi over to the airport. So, taxi light coming on, landing lights coming off, high intensity lights can come off. And we'll turn left here. That's a bit of a slammer. I will admit that. Last traffic. China Eastern 582 is vacated to 8 left. Now we're taxiing to the stand. I've got a China Eastern down here and a China Airlines. Oh.
Cabin altitude.
Yep, we're gonna get that warning quite a bit now. It's nothing we can do because we are at 11,000 feet. Spoilers coming in. Trying to find us a stand that can actually fit us. Obviously this is all a little outdated because there is that second runway out there so that you can avoid that terrain, but realistically, given what we're flying and when that actually opened, it's actually more realistic. But yeah, wonderful flight. And, transponder comes to TA and where the radar comes off. And we'll just see if we can fit ourselves around here. And there's Lhasa in Mandarin. APU is on. No, it isn't. Because I press APU bleeds instead of APU power. APU is coming on now. Not going to be a good parking job at all. Come out to where the A330-200 would be. How these seas work. Oh. Stop. Back brake set. Wait for the APU to come up. Yeah, with that everyone, welcome out to Lhasa. I mean, what a fantastic flight. Where all those can come off. APU power available, confirmed, and all the engines can come off. Engines coming off, beacon light can come off. There we go. Play. Oh no, both of them are going to try join over. Ah, fantastic little flight over to Lhasa today. Let's get the screenshot control, get the exposure turned up a little bit. Definitely not a good day to be flying here. Imagine doing this at night though. That's why we are happy doing it. Yeah, that's not possible. But okie doke, let's get that replay sorted. Let's see how we go. Make sure config is set down to where it should be. Awesome. Up to spot 35, gonna actually load in. Sure is.
Cabin altitude.
Don't give me that warning.
Cabin altitude.
Yeah. I experienced this bay. Let's type the chat for the replay. Then we'll do another replay coming in. No, that's a real MD-11 landing. That's the thing is, we had that tailwind component, and the last thing I want to do is go around at this airport. And the conditions were stable. But it was just maintaining that approach speed, because for some reason my throttles went to 0. See? They go to 0 instead of staying where I wanted them to, because I had manually taken over the throttle by this point. So I'm like, oh, hang on. We didn't get a sync rate though, so perfectly legal landing. Bang. 442 feet a minute. Reverse is coming out. I think just Hail Mary, get me slowed down as fast as possible. Get this loaded up in the air. I mean, look at that sync that we had to maintain just to get in here. Gorgeous bloody plane though. I really like the MD, as is very obvious. Oh, a little bit of a bounce, but I won't complain with that. She's on the ground. She's happy. That nose wheel's bouncing up and down on the runway. Absolutely gorgeous. With that, everyone, I think we're going to end today's stream. I hope you had a good one. Hope you had a good week, and I hope you had a good Mother's Day. I'll look forward to seeing you very, very soon. And stay tuned for a good week coming up ahead before I go off and abroad. Hope you all have a good one. I'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao.